Welcome to the Final Destination Watch Party. You've just been rickrolled. I am your host, 3D Jake, and today we are here for the last installment until the new one, which is still out in theaters, called Final Destination 5, or as I like to call it, The Final Destination, because it should have been The Final Destination instead of that stupid ass fourth one. With me, as always, is the three Musketeers, the three Stooges, the three Amigos, the three Blind Mice, and of course, the three wise guys. The
three wise men.
Yes,
There you go.
I should know that. I was just saying, I got so confused with that movie, the three wise guys. Like they made a mafia movie, the three wise guys. Like it's not the wise guys, is it? The three?
No, it's the three wise men.
Okay, I was like, yeah, but with me as always. Sorry, I feel so dumb today. Today's like the dumb day for me. Today, always with me is the three guys that I do these podcasts with. My small talk co-host, my talk to a group, is first up is a guy who likes to blow up bridges. Ryan Cam, how you doing, Ricky Fricky Bridge?
Just call me Wile E. Coyote. Genius. It's great to be here. I've been looking forward to this all day. Another watch party series bites the dust tonight. Until Bloodlines, of course.
Next up is a guy who literally tells women in his basement there is no escape. Guy named Matt Wyatt. How you doing, Matt?
I'm
Stephen
doing great.
Lang, is that you?
What?
I was thinking more Buffalo Bill, but okay.
Okay. I'm happy to be here, getting into the fifth movie, which we all thought at the time was the last one, like back in 14 years ago, until Bloodlines came out. So yeah, this was a movie that I have skipped out in the theater at the time, and I only watched it when it was on HBO. And I could not believe how much I was surprised when we got into the third act with the plot twist, which we will get into by the end of the movie during the watch party. So yeah, I'm excited for this.
There are kids that are like 16 years old now or 15 years old now when they were born when this movie came out, and they're like 15 or 16 now. You know,
dude, this was the year of my graduation. This came out in 2011.
I started high school this year.
I think I was in high school, just started in high school as well.
Fuck, now I'm really old.
I think I was just starting high school. I remember, I think it was like a second year in high school. I think it was like my sophomore year. It might have been. Yeah, I think it was. I'll have to check.
Sophomore.
I was like, it was either a sophomore or senior, freshman. I was not a senior because I was still young. Matt graduated. We were literally entering high school. Matt was graduating high school.
Maybe this is the final destination for me. Maybe death is coming after me.
Matt's gonna get on a plane after this, and then we'll see.
Dude, I swear to God, when I went to go see Final Destination Bloodlines, like not so long ago, and I was biking to the theater, and I was listening to my Spotify playlist, and it was on. I had a lot of 1,000 songs stored in my playlist, and one thing popped up was "Dust in the Wind" by Kansas, which it plays it during the movie before death comes after them and kills them all. I was like, oh fuck, is now death coming after me? Is my number up? Fuck me.
First off, where do you live at? Derry or something? Why are you biking to the theater? Like, you wait.
Because I don't have a car. I don't drive, pal. I ride an electric bike, pal.
You ride an electric bike like Steve Carell and the 40-year-old virgin?
He doesn't ride an electric bike. He rides a bicycle.
Bicycle.
Was it one of those Peloton bikes?
Well, electric bike is far better.
Bike.
Matt's like this. Matt's in traffic, and he's like,
no, I was riding like I was in fucking Mission Impossible.
no, that's good. No, I mean, not gonna lie. I said I would love to just ride a bike to work, but I can't because I live in a city where if you freaking ride a bike, someone's gonna run you fucking down. It's gonna be like that scene in the Toxic Avenger where the kids are riding a bicycle and the guy just comes over and goes, "Y'all want to play 5 points?" Runs a kid over. He's like, "He's still alive." Backs the car and I got crushed the skull.
All right, Octavia Spencer from Ma, calm down.
Yeah, they did that in Ma as well. Yeah, I was like, when he ran over.
I have not seen Ma. I watched the trailer and I have never seen it.
Octavia Spencer is absolutely demented in that movie. The rest of the movie is just okay.
It's creepy as hell.
Which they're already doing a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Because
it's gonna be called Ma 2. Mama. No. It should have been called Mom.
Well, that's been taken.
They were going to call it Mother, but that's already been taken by Aronofsky.
But to be fair, there are many movie titles that had stolen from other movie titles before.
Did y'all
That's a
ever
good
see
point.
that? Because you know how some theaters do double features for movies. Like they'll do like Dogma one day and then Mission Impossible. Like you'll have Dogma on one side of the theater, hyphen Mission Impossible. Well,
Mhm.
someone was showing Spider Man Far From Home and Maw, and it said Spider Maw, Spider Maw.
Which I did went to go see Dogma, the 25th anniversary in the theater, which I loved it. It was a crowded theater too.
You know what? I mean, I wanted to go see it again in theaters, but I'm like, it's going to come out in 4K in October.
Well, they never confirmed that they're going to come out in 4K because this might have been a one-time thing, and then
Physical
they'll
media
probably ban
report
it
just said
again.
Dogma is coming out in 4K in October.
It was never really official that they're going to come out on digital or 4K Blu-ray
You don't
yet.
think they're going to get a 4K release?
I think we will get it eventually until Harvey Weinstein has to be an asshole and ban the movie again because they were lucky enough to put this out in the theatrical release for a limited time.
Kevin Smith said actually that he said they bought, like, the lady that bought the rights as a musician. She bought the whole rights from Harvey Weinstein. And asked Kevin Smith.
Because they even promoted, like, hey, in theaters until it gets banned again.
Yeah, I saw that. That made me laugh.
I don't know. That might have been a joke, and I could be wrong.
Yeah,
and I hope, I know that we will eventually get it out on digital. It's only a matter of when.
Which, you know what? I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's a good movie. I always say,
well, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Even if you're not religious, I mean, literally, it also
you don't need to be.
It isn't bad. It isn't bad. It isn't.
It was very controversial that they nearly protest that fucking movie when that came out.
It's very pro-religion. Like literally, it's saying at the end, religion's a good. Religion is a great. You know, it's not saying it.
And I watched it in the theater, and it was in 4K. The quality itself looked like a real movie because if you watched it in 1080p, it just feels like it could have been. You can watch it at home. But then when they did when they did the 4K remastered, it looks beautiful. It looks like a real cinematic movie when you go in the theater. And it was a crowded audience. A lot of people were laughing at a lot of the jokes. I was glued to the screen. You won't even be compelled to like put out your phone and look at the time or anything or texting. No, you're just fucking glued from beginning to end.
So we're here now to talk about Final Destination. And before we get started, if you have this movie, you can watch it along Max with us, or if you own the movie, which I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't own the movie because when it came out, a lot of people didn't watch the movie. So if you don't own the movie, you can always rent it. You can watch it on Max, HBO Max, because they're going back to HBO Max this month or next month, and so you can watch it on there, or you can rent it, watch it on Blu-ray, DVD. You can watch it, on an airplane if you're on an airplane right now, which if you are, you're very ballsy. But yeah. So, have fun, enjoy it. Before we get started, we got a couple of comments from Jay. Oh, Jay is saying hi. Hi, Jay. Then you got Caleb Gorzelas.
Speak to me, warriors! Profile pic.
What's going on, man? All right, so we're going to get started now. If you have this movie, watch it. If you don't, well, then why are you here? All right, get ready on the countdown. When I say go, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Warner Brothers.
A Time Warner Company.
This is when they got rid of the other original Warner Brothers logo. I don't know when they started changing that up.
Yeah, I remember even watching The Hobbit. Remember when I saw The Hobbit in theaters? They had the Warner Brothers and it made the New Line logo.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Stone Cold.
I don't know why every time I watch the opening, it reminds me of Zombieland.
Cardio. It was a little bit better than the last intro that we got.
This intro has a real thing for skulls.
I remember when this movie came out, the only thing I knew the lead in the movie is from a movie called Fired Up, where him and this cheerleaders. I thought it was funny, that movie.
He was in Election. He was in Hero Season 2.
He's also now in what's that movie? And then he's also on Gotham. He also reoccurs on Gotham as Harvey Dent. To which that guy, I will say this guy was so happy to play Harvey Dent on Gotham. He was like, he goes, I did Final Destination 5, and then I said, I'm on Gotham now to play, Harvey Dent. He was so excited.
From this opening, they're showing a lot of object throwbacks from the last 4 movies.
Yeah.
And this is the first time in a long time since the 3rd movie they brought Tony Todd back, but now they brought him back in the flesh.
Kind of makes you wonder, do they actually smash the glass and then just add the visual effects in later? This looks real. It doesn't look like it's fake. I would actually, if somebody told me this is real, I would believe them because it said the glass looks. I think what it is just from watching a lot of the Corridor crew. I would suggest they probably busted the real glass and then they just added in like all the products and stuff later in post effects. That's just my theory on it. Because I just feel like the glass looks too real, Ryan. The glass looks too real for it to be fake. Usually you could tell, especially in 2011, what visual effects are and what's real. I just feel like I feel like what it is they probably either they took all the glass and they just kept throwing shit through glass and got a camera right there and told the camera guy, move.
They use phantom cameras. This was back in the early 2010s when they started using phantom cameras for slow-mo. Yeah. They even did that with Spartacus.
Now,
ironically enough, this feels more like 3D than the last movie, which was in 3D.
This was also shot in 3D because you know why, Ryan? James Cameron's visual effects supervisor on Avatar directed this movie.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this is written by Eric Heiser, who wrote the 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Oh, dear.
And he wrote the 2011 Thing movie, and he wrote this movie.
Makes sense.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I still haven't seen the 2011 The Thing with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. That was supposed to be like a prequel to the original.
Dave, I got a funny story.
I remember liking it.
What were you saying, Ryan?
I remember liking it, but it's just been a while.
Oh, I did too. So there's a funny story about Dave real quick about the Thing movie. Dave literally, and I love throwing this in his face every time because he got so embarrassed by this, and I tell this all the time. And Dave's like, I hate that it's so funny. He thought he was reviewing a remake because he has a thing on his channel where he was doing all nothing but remakes movies, the original versus the remake, and he thought the Thing 2011 was a remake. So and he didn't watch the credits, and he watched the movie and was like. He reviewed the movie already and everything. Everything was done and everything. And then he goes, I didn't like the remake as much. And I'm like, what remake? That's not a remake. It's a prequel. It never specifies it's a prequel, though. And then I showed him the post. And he goes, I'm an idiot. And he goes, and he was so embarrassed. He had to put a disclaimer in the video because of that.
I remember the actress Emma Bell. Like Emma Bell, the girlfriend. She was in the first season of The Walking Dead. This was literally like a year after the first.
Walking Dead,
this is a year after the first season.
I remember she was in a movie called Frozen. Remember that movie where she was on?
Oh yeah, with Shawn Ashmore.
That movie was intense. I remember watching.
It was intense. I thought that movie was very underrated horror movie. Well, it's not really a horror movie. It's more like a suspense movie. But yeah.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I would if you're gonna go.
Oh my God, Miles Fisher! He looks like Dave Franco and Tom Cruise had a baby.
He used to be before he got cast in this movie. He was a Tom Cruise impersonator.
Yeah, he was in Tom Cruise impersonation, and then he made a cameo in superhero movie with Drake Bell.
If he's ever in danger in this movie, and I reckon he will be, his eyebrows can carry him to safety.
Oh, damn. Ryan went there.
Damn, you just not pulling punches.
He's got the Andy Rooney eyebrows going up.
He's got the Eugene Levy eyebrows.
Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Tammy Faye.
She was in Arrow Season 1 as Oliver Queen, what's Laurel's sister? They recasted her in season 2 with Katie Lutz. Not Katie Lutz.
The guy in the blue van is on his way to.
She did play. Yeah, she played Sarah Lance in the pilot for only the pilot episode. And then, yeah, you're right. They recast and got Katie Lotz to replace it, and they had to redo that scene and reshot that sequence.
Right, Ryan, that guy in the van, you know who he looks like? He looks like, remember, have you ever seen Jennifer's Body?
Yes, I just.
He looks like Kyle Rayner from the Goth dude, or Adam
Kyle
Brody,
Gallner.
or Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody.
No, or Kyle Gallagher.
Kyle Gallner. I'm not necessarily complaining about this, but I guess my question is, if this is a public picnic, like, wouldn't you want to like do this in the bathroom?
Also, there's sexual harassment laws. Okay, I don't care what year this is. There are sexual harassment.
Yeah,
laws.
Like how did they not file sexual harassment lawsuit?
Even if you're a woman, you're doing this to another woman. That's still sexual harassment.
That dude's a predator. He's a fucking predator.
I feel like he's been in HR. It'd be funny if he was the head of HR.
Dude, I remember him. First saw him in the movie called Horrible Bosses. He was the guy who gives up hand jobs and getting paid for hand jobs.
It's like he could shoot all up in my stomach.
I think that his cameo, just like, hey, they're gonna typecast him and play the similar character.
He's on The Boys right now. And he's really funny in The Boys.
Yeah.
Well, nice to see Todd Packard is doing well for himself.
There's a running gag in this movie where he thinks that the Tom Cruise looking dude is a serial killer. And he's it keeps reporting him to the police every time. It's like 5 minutes. Where he's like, he calls the police, says, he just said this. And then he calls him again and says, now he's freaking everybody out talking about this. Just like,
they got David Koechner. Like, this is the first time he's actually done serious with this movie.
This guy was in Anchorman, right?
Yeah, he was in Anchorman.
Whammy. He says that line, whammy.
Whammy.
Hat on. One of the favorite roles of his is in A Haunted House.
The funny role I seen him in was The Comebacks, the football spoof movie. That movie was so fucking funny.
I want to watch that again. I used to have it on DVD years
ago. I own it. I own the unrated version on digital. Oh my god! You don't often hear the R slur word in movies.
Say it, Ryan. Say it. I dare you. I was watching a video the other day. These people were debating. They were literally debating. I think I was watching Piers Morgan live the other day. Someone was bringing that up to say it, and they're like, and then the other two guys were just saying it casually. While the other two guys, we don't want to say that. And I'm like, just like, it's so, I thought it was funny. That dude was in the Friday the 13th remake. Remember, he was the one who gets killed by Jason. Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was the college dude. Yeah, they were one of the people that go out in the cabin.
Which happy Friday the 13th to all who celebrate.
I honestly, for a millisecond, thought about asking, you want to change the Friday 13th part 1? I legit thought about that for a second, just for a millisecond. I'm like, no, we
probably have to watch it on Pluto and suffer through all the ads.
I own all Friday the 13th movies. I mean, they're on sale right now for like $13 on Fandango.
I own them on digital, and I own the huge box set.
Like if you want to get the complete collection, you can get it for like $13 right now on sale because because Friday the 13th.
I bought mine off Amazon last year on sale around Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I bought that years ago when it was on sale too.
There's always a Friday 13th every year for some reason.
Yeah, all you got to do is just go to the bundle pack for the digital, and you can get it for like $13.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
The 180.
I'm sorry about my nose.
I will say that I like this movie a little bit more than the last movie. It's more tolerable. There's a decent amount of characters, but not very many.
Now that I've seen Bloodlines,
they have more humanity. They have more humanity than other characters.
There are some who are just very shitty, like this dude.
One thing I wanted to say, I showed y'all the music video, right? The guy who plays.
Yeah, I watched it many times because it was so good.
They all apparently were so good friends on the video. They became good friends during shooting that they appeared in this guy's music video where it was like a Saved by the Bell murder spree. Where everybody gets killed in fantastical ways.
I guess that's the reason why they were casting the Final Destination 5.
No, they shot that.
No, yeah, you're right.
the entire cast appeared in the video game.
Oh, and the fucking log. The log passed by that bus. A little bit of a callback to the second movie.
Look, I know it's a bus, and like there are only so many places you can take a private phone call, but that bathroom has to stink.
Can you hear me now? It just reminds me of that video. Can you hear me now? Good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The Verizon guy, and then he just switched to Sprint. Can you hear me now? Good.
Can you hear me now? Good.
I remember that commercial was on every day. I watched that back in the day when it was actually a trend.
I remember watching the Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory when it went off, like they would just hear the.
I used to miss commercials when they were clever and funny, when they're trying to sell you products.
Yeah. Nowadays, the only time they're clever is during the Super Bowl, and it's usually with like some stupid.
It's barely clever. You only get like a couple of them that are actually funny, and most of the commercials are just suck now.
Remember this past Super Bowl, we got a Sprite commercial where Seal the musician was AI'd to be an actual seal because comedy, I guess.
Remember the Seal? Pepperidge Farm. Remember Seal?
One of the funny commercials was from Kmart when the fucking customer's like, "I shit my pants. I shit my pants." Except it's not supposed to be shit. It's supposed to be ship, as in shipped.
Just in the wind.
Yeah, playing the Kansas song, "Dust in the Wind." Dust in the wind.
This movie. Do you know where this movie was shot? It's not.
Canada.
It's not. Yeah.
Of
They
course.
used the Toronto Bridge.
It's not so far off from the incident because there are many times over the years that they have been bridge collapsed.
Yeah, remember?
I remember it happened like a year ago when they had that bridge collapse. I don't remember where it was.
Baltimore.
That's the one.
Also, the bridge is going that much construction. If which to be fair, they don't usually shut down a bridge. But if they have to, if the bridge is that like serious and critical condition, they would shut down the bridge.
Walk, do not run off of the bridge.
I have an issue with this scene right here in a second.
Or run, do not walk off of the bridge. Oh.
Because he has the premonition, he gets off the bridge, and then they're all just the exact same.
Oh.
It was only a few. It was only a few seconds ahead. Only a few seconds ahead, he was able to get off the bridge, and
they all literally they would have still all died because I'm like that makes no logical sense. Like they walk out and they see the bridge collapsing, and I'm like it's the exact same moment. Only difference is she's not over on that side. And they all just run away, and I'm like,
bye guy. He's on the bus. He has all to himself,
and nothing of value was lost.
Bye.
Ooh.
She could barely see without her glasses. She's blind as a bat.
Exactly.
Run, just jump.
Uncharted style.
I would have jumped. I would have made that jump.
Come on, Mike Fisher. You're Tom Cruise. Go, jump. Start running. That would have been funny if they actually play the theme of Mission Impossible. Just watch him running.
I would have just jumped in the water. You'll either get this. Hey, worst case scenario, you get your face disfigured or die. I'd rather take a disfigurement than die.
Okay, I have astigmatism. That is not how that works. Your vision just doesn't go in and out like that. Like, if you're not wearing contacts or glasses, it just goes out.
Why don't you? This is that thing. Seen that little thing on the rope? The thing that's swinging. Why don't you grab that, swing across? Just saying.
Okay, Tarzan.
I mean,
I wanna know. Can you show
me?
I wanna know about these strangers like me. Oh.
I always laughed. I'm like, this is the part that made me laugh when it's like, okay, she survives, so they're like, we got to kill her. We got to find a way to kill her.
It's like death is not going to make it easy.
You could go under the water, go under the water, go under the water, go under. You're an idiot.
You couldn't swim any faster?
Go under the water, go under the water. You know there's debris.
Paddle to your immediate left or right.
As soon as I hit the water, I'm going under.
It should have called him on your left.
Off your left.
He gets the worst death out of everyone. He's got the worst death.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking tars. Splash all over him.
Ah.
Horrible way to die. His skin peeled off from his fingers.
Well, he did say bald is the new black.
You spoke too soon.
That's a low-key underrated death, like in this franchise.
I would just get in my car, and then once the bridge collapses, wait, and then once my car hit the water, that's when I would. I'd keep my windows rolled down though.
You'll still be dead.
I've watched the MythBusters underwater car escape episode, so yeah, I do the same thing.
The guy was on the bus, and he fucking still fall to his death.
I'm saying you get in a car, and once the car goes in the water, as long as your windows rolled down, you're good. If your windows are rolled up, you're fucked. Because you can climb once the water hits the water, you can swim out of the window.
Guys. Back into the left. Back into
You could tell that was a practical effect.
Oh, that's more. No, that's definitely CG.
That right there is CG.
Lord,
that was definitely shot made for the 3D frame.
I forgot how
his
brutal
death
that
is CG,
was.
so CG.
Ah, okay. These are Mortal Kombat deaths.
Mortal Kombat. Fatalities.
Fatality. It's like the opening of the fourth Final Destination movie with the whole skeletons. That was the whole fatality style from the game when they rebooted it.
This is your cue to skidoo.
Open a fucking door! I will shoot you. Is what I would tell the bus driver.
Only like 20 seconds ahead.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I had an issue with right here. This scene right here. Because I'm like, as soon as I see it start collapsing and then they just run, I'm like, you would have still ended up in the same situation, you know?
They only got like 20 seconds ahead of it before the bridge collapse.
The bridge is collapsing. That's what.
See, like they should still be. They would still suffer the same fate. See, because it's still happening. See.
Yeah. No, I see.
That's why I had an issue with. I'm like, you still would have went through the same fate.
Because they stood there when the bridge was about to collapse. They would not have been able to catch up with them on time.
She kind of looks like Uma Thurman if you squint.
Yeah.
You said Uma Thurman? Which
Yeah.
one?
What do you mean, which one?
Molly.
I don't see it.
Oh, shout out to Courtney B. Vance.
I like him as an actor. I feel like he's so underappreciated. He's an underrated actor. I will say he's so good in the Office Christmas Party.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
He was in the Tom Cruise's The Mummy, which I was like, ugh. And he's
Yeah.
actually in the new Lilo and Stitch live action.
Yeah, Cobra Bubbles.
He was in Terminator Genesis. Remember that movie? He was Miles Dyson. He
I feel
played
like
Miles.
I was so excited to see him. Like, oh, he's gonna get the. Oh, it's gonna be so cool to see him in the movie, and then nah, nothing.
Nope.
I remember him watching. He was Johnny Cochran in the People versus O.J. Simpson. He
Oh,
was
that
good.
is right.
He was so good in that show. You know who he's married to? Angela Bassett.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got dumped, and he takes revenge on collapsing the fucking bridge. Yeah, he's a real criminal mastermind.
You figured him out.
It's like, fuck everybody, I'm gonna collapse the bridge. I got dumped. It's like, if that's the case, if he wanted everybody to die, he wouldn't even try to save any of them.
Oh, so do you know when the first? They said, do you know the first? They said the first showing for the whole official showing for Superman will be June 19th. Like they just announced this right here. See, it's a look up fan event.
And they are
Oh.
really going in on this.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me send it to you guys. Hold on. And James Gunn did say the movie's done.
Well, yeah, he finished it.
You probably, I don't know if you guys caught this or not, but on the plaque it says in memory of our fallen employees. There's a name with like a first name, last name with no space in between. Roll credits.
Well, oh yeah, but this one is supposed to be in the Philippines. So this is not in the U.S.
In which I'm so sad, but then again, we get to watch Peacemaker season 2.
Because the fan event is supposed to be where they meet the cast and the director for that screening in the Philippines.
Which why would you show the first movie in the Philippines? I mean, that's the weirdest part to me. Is like, why would you show it in the Philippines first?
Because they're special.
Maybe they're trying to like do it internationally because that way, if the Seagulls try to sue again, maybe that they'll be like, "See, we
Yeah.
already showed the movie." So
They've been trying to sue them and failed.
they do that every time there's a Superman movie come out. Not both families, but just one family tries to sue. Remember, Man of Steel come out, they tried to sue. Superman Returns, they tried to sue. Like they do it every time because they want more money.
Of course they do. They're demanding more money.
Which
But also, it's a good way to get the word out if they're showing it like very soon. For all you know, they might just drop the review embargo that early if they're really that confident.
yeah, I laugh so hard when he says the guy's name. He's like, "Did he just say my name?"
Like that, what a total asshole. And then he just referenced The Sixth Sense. I see dead people.
I will say, as I laugh so hard though, SNL did that joke one time where they had John Lovitz, a picture. They showed John the memorial section.
There's the man.
It's like,
But there's Tony Todd, the man and the legend. Death doesn't like to be cheated.
hey, Ryan, your friend Jace here.
Hello.
Saying hi to you.
Hi, Ryan. I'm in your house now. I'm watching you from the window, Ryan.
I'm watching you.
I just want to float something by you guys. On my channel, when Happy Gilmore 2 comes out, do you guys want to do like the day it drops? You want to do like a watch party?
No, yeah, sure. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
was actually going to suggest, why don't we do watch the week before the first one and then do the second one?
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Even though I have no interest in Happy Gilmore 2, but if you want to do the watch party for the first one and
I
second one,
honestly wasn't
I'm
going to watch it on day one because I'm like, I'm
yeah, because personally, I wasn't even gonna watch that movie. I mean, I'll probably watch it a little bit, but I kind of already know where this movie's going.
It does feel like it's direct to video. That's what I feel.
Yeah, and it feels like they're overblown with throwbacks, memorberries, and that's about it. And I kind of already know what happened to
when I saw
Happy's wife. I guarantee his wife is dead, and he's been fell rock bottom.
That's what I saw. I'm like,
it felt like they took notes from Clerks 3. If you watch Clerks 3, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Well, we could do something else. I mean,
no, I'm not rejecting it. I mean, I'm telling you, like, I had no interest in watching it. I'm like, I would watch it on my own, but if you want to do the first 2 watch parties, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Especially the first one. Like, come on,
what?
like that movie is
amazing.
amazing.
Still a banger. That's still a banger movie.
Yeah.
One of Happy Gilmore's sons in Happy Gilmore 2 is played by MJF.
But also, like, Happy Gilmore's daughter, that's actually Adam Sandler's daughter in the movie.
And I think his new wife is his actual wife in the movie. The one that plays his new wife.
Yeah, his actual wife in real life.
Yeah. I will say this movie has more locations than the other movies, because the other movies they only have like 1 or 2 locations.
Yeah,
this movie has a lot of locations. Like, they have the restaurant, the office place, then they have the massage parlor, the gymnasium.
But dude, his buddy, his chef buddy, I think that's supposed to be his boss or something.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong. He's like the friendly version of Gordon Ramsay. Does not give him a hard time.
This is fucking raw. What do you call this?
It's like dog's dinner. It smells like dog's dinner. What is it like to be slim?
The funny part is that the final act takes place in a kitchen.
Yeah, it's so true.
Like
Gordon Ramsay's not going to be happy with this.
Gordon Ramsay probably watched it and went,
sometimes you'll see, like, I think it's like GQ or something, like pro chef reviews chef scenes in the movie. I'm surprised Gordon Ramsay hasn't done something like that yet.
ice cream's sugar. Ice cream's pure sugar. Sorry, my niece. I hear my niece in there talking about ice cream, fatty food.
I can hear a little bit in the background, a little bit.
I was like, my niece was saying ice cream's not fatty food, and I'm like, ice cream is fatty food. It's junk food. I'm like, fatty food and junk food are the same shit. You gain weight. You're gonna get diabetes. You're actually gonna get worse with the ice cream if you get diabetes with ice cream.
You'll be playing My Left Foot, the home game.
I feel like these two couple didn't really quite click with me.
I don't like her as an actress. I'm not trying to.
She barely did anything after the Final Destination 5 and The Walking Dead. I don't think I've seen her do anything else after that.
I've seen her in a couple things, but I'm just like, I've never. I mean, she's not a terrible actress. I just like, I've never felt like I watched a movie where I'm like, great. I thought she was amazing. No,
she's like, she's all right.
Oh God, the gymnastics scene. Oh dear.
Oh, fuck me.
Ethan Hunt becomes what's his name in the first Mission Impossible, and he becomes. Make a funny joke about
a gymnastics.
Hey girl, you either with me or without me? With me or without me?
Ethan Hunt becomes basically Sean Ambrose in the second movie. He goes like a nice guy, or no, what's the guy's name? Yeah, Ambrose, the old, and the the new one.
Yeah.
Only with that less screaming where he goes ah!
Well, that was the Mummy when he did the scream. The
No.
plane
Remember
falling.
when he flips the plane over, and at the end of the mission, I was on top of the plane, and he's trying to get the hard drive from him, and then the guy goes, and then the guy flying the plane goes,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember.
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck? Why are you doing it like that?
Are they trying to scare him? I'm scaring you, Ethan. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I was laughing my hysterically at that scene. I'm like, you had me at the edge of my seat.
No, I'm not gonna lie. At the third act, I had to go to the bathroom so fucking bad, but I did not want to miss the moment of that third act. I was like, come on, end this movie all fucking ready. I had to piss really bad.
Even though I didn't like the movie as much, I thought when he's on the airplane, I love that. I'm sorry, but I'm not a gymnastics person. But if they're all working out, would they still have even without the air on? Because won't they hypochondriac, or won't they have get heat strokes or?
I would imagine you can still do it, but it would be extremely uncomfortable.
Dude, the guy didn't even notice that one of the wires is fucking chewed up, ripped apart, whatever that thing is. The guy didn't even notice.
2 words.
People drink their water.
Duct tape.
Yeah. And people drip water in that fucking wire, and it's gonna get electrocuted. But I will give them credit for being creative with this whole suspense, like how she's gonna die.
I gotta give Final Destination credit. They somehow managed to top themselves every movie.
They always get creative with the body count.
I like the new one. I really did like the new one a lot, and I thought the
really
deaths in that one are creative too. I thought honestly, it did something. I will never get a piercing. That's just it.
I love Bloodline so much. The piercing guy was my favorite character.
He was my favorite character too.
I thought I was gonna hate him. I literally thought I was gonna hate that character. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like him.
I thought so too. And then the tattoo shop happened, and I'm like, okay, you're all right in my book. And then
the moment he started talking and started cracking jokes, that really brought my day.
He's like, you're gonna eat. And then his brother's just like, no, I don't want to eat no peanut. I don't want that pussy shit. I want to give me the good stuff. And then he gets the.
Remember, he was just being a dick when he was going around the fucking garbage truck. He thought he was gonna.
When he was licking the garbage truck, going.
And I like the part when he was like, "Hey, he was actually adopted."
Like, is that why you wanted to play catch with me all this time?
Is that why he asked me to play catch with them?
I was laughing.
That made me die. Everybody was laughing.
What's your favorite movie of the Final Destination, or just in general? Jay.
Yeah, what do you mean, like movie in general?
In general, or what's your favorite? If you're saying by this series, then I really like the first one, really, because it's the most scariest to me. But I also Ryan likes 3, and then Matt likes 4. He says his favorite.
No, fuck off, Jake. Fuck off.
Which one's your favorite, Matt? I know Ryan.
The first one.
The first, yeah. Me and Matt like the first.
Bloodlines is actually my second favorite after watching Bloodlines.
Bloodlines might be my second favorite too, because it's so good. Like
it was actually a good one. And also, even though there's a lot of humor, they actually delivered the humor.
It wasn't like 4 where the humor's stupid.
It just wasn't thrown in for the sake of having humor.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were just and also it didn't feel cheap either.
I didn't hate a lot of the characters. I did not hate them.
I can't look at.
But dude, when she was close to stepping on a nail.
It was like.
And I swear to God, how did they not see the nail?
Yeah, she
said the screw thing. Oh God.
Okay. Okay.
Oh God, no. God, it just reminds me of Home Alone when Marv got stuck on that fucking nail. Oh! That gets me every time.
Okay, she could still be alive. You can still survive that. Okay, you're just gonna end up like in a wheelchair, like Christopher
And
Reeves.
The stepping on that screw thing just reminds me of Home Alone 1 when fucking Marv goes on a step with a fucking sticky tart and tail.
I can't watch that scene. Like, I can't watch like
They
the
actually
nail
did the
just
same thing.
blow
They
through.
actually did the same thing when Emily Blunt from Quiet Place steps on a nail and tries to stay quiet. It just reminds of Home
Oh.
Alone. Did John Krasinski watch Home Alone 1 and just like, hey, let's add this.
I mean, it was effective. You got to give him that.
I thought she was gonna scream like Marv will fall down the stairs. Ah! I could not stop laughing how funny that was.
But like, shout out to Daniel Stern. He had one of the best movie screams of all time. Like 2 of them.
Harry and Marv cheated death millions of times. Do you remember the main character's mother, biological mother, that was not around that much, and she was in Bloodlines? Do you remember her? She played one of the terrorists in Home Alone 3, and they made fun of it on an Instagram video of how many times she cheated death.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, I sent you guys in a DM like weeks ago, dude. I don't know if you've got that.
Well, yeah, I've seen. Like, I look.
I thought it was like, this is so funny. I forgot she was in Home Alone 3.
I love
and I
Home
remember,
Alone.
and she was in
Superman.
Superman and Lois season 2.
Those traps in Home Alone 3 were so brutal, though. The stuff with the
I don't care if
potted
anybody
plant.
talks shit about Home Alone 3. That's my guilty pleasure.
What up, Joshua?
I-
How you doing,
I've
bro?
seen that movie approximately 20,000 times.
Same here.
What's going on, man? How you
Yo,
doing?
What's
Doing
up,
good?
Joshua?
You know what? December, my channel, Home Alone 3 watch party. Book it.
We got to do all 3 of them. We got to do all 3 Home Alone movies for
We already did
There's
one.
not-
on
there-
Discord.
there's
I
not
don't
3,
remember doing.
there's-
I don't remember doing
there's
that.
6
I don't
of
remember
them.
doing Home
There-
Alone watch
There's
parties.
6 Home Alone movies.
No,
There's
there's
6.
only 3. There's only 3.
There's only-
We're fine.
No, actually, there's only 2. There's only 2 Home
There's
Alone
only
movies.
No, there's only
there are
3.
6.
There are only
Josh,
3.
back me up on this.
No,
Joshua,
there are
back me up
only
on this.
3.
There are
There are
6.
only 3.
6.
John Landis only made 3. John Hughes only made 3 movies. He did not make 4, 5.
Well, he didn't. He did not direct it. Oh, no, John Hughes is only what he written it. He written all 3 of them.
He wrote
I
all
think.
3. He wrote Home Alone 1, 2, and 3. He said he didn't make 4, 5, 6, or the.
Yeah, that's true.
By the time they made 6.
So you do acknowledge their existence.
No, I do not. Okay, there were only 3 Home Alone movies. It really sucks that they made the last Home Alone was in 1995.
Home Alone 3
Well,
is
I did not
one of
realize
those
Oingo
people
Boingo sung
who've
that
seen-
song in that movie.
It's one of those movies that 3 got crapped on a lot.
I don't think it's there's terrorists in that movie though. That's what
And
John
also,
Hughes said.
Scarlett Johansson was playing the
Terrorist,
older.
terrorist.
Did you notice that Scarlett Johansson was the older sister in that movie?
Yeah.
That was before she became famous.
Which I literally love watching that every year because that's what we used to own. We used to literally on VHS. My mom, when I was a kid, had recorded Richie Rich, then Home Alone 3, and we would always watch Richie Rich. After Richie Rich, watch Home Alone 3.
I
And
did see 2 of them, the Richie Rich movies.
Yeah, my grandmother used to love have Richie Rich.
They had the one with Macaulay Culkin, the
then the
original
book
one,
was
and then the
that-
second one was like straight to fucking TV, which was from the guy from Seventh Heaven. It was the Christmas special.
Yeah, where he went back in time to an alternate reality where basically it's Shrek 4.
He made it. Yeah, he made a wish.
To which I'm like, I'm sure that's a movie that they always steal from a lot. Like a lot of movies steal from. I'm like, I gotta find
A
that
lot of
movie.
movies steal from that a lot all the time, making wishes and be careful what you wish for is like concept.
Yeah, but where that originated from? I want to find out where that. if
I
anyone
don't
knows
remember.
where that story originated from. Where a guy wishes he was never. I think it's A Wonderful Life.
It had to be, yeah, it had to be. It's a Wonderful Life. Well, he didn't really wish for it. He didn't make a wish. The angel just basically showed him what it would be like if he did not exist.
And like, this is what it looks like.
And that didn't even happen until the 3rd act of the movie. It wasn't. It didn't become a Christmas movie until the 3rd act.
Yeah. No, It's a Wonderful Life is just a wild movie to do research on because it actually came out in May of the year it came out, not December.
Mm.
It
Yeah, yeah.
underperformed so badly that it basically fell into obscurity. And then it went into the public domain, meaning that literally anyone could buy the rights and like show it. But in a way, it kind of became popular again because so many local television stations bought the rights to it that it just became popular again by default until and I can't remember exactly who owns the rights now. I think it's
I mean,
Warner Bros.
you'd be surprised, yeah, because when they saw when it was in theaters, it underperformed, and then when it was revealed on TV, that people really loved it, and it became a classic.
I mean, look at A Christmas Story. I mean, Christmas Story was released in the summer too, and
Yeah,
then
it did not perform well. It flopped when it came out in
it didn't
theaters.
perform well until they put it on.
People
TNT.
did not discover that movie when it was on television.
Yeah, TNT. That's why every year they do it for 24 hours because it's so popular.
And now they're doing 24 hours of Home Alone.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
We don't need 24 hours of everything. Remember, they had 24 hours.
I know, but I hate when they do that. They overplay the same movie for 24 hours. It's overkill.
They were there. They grandfathered that, so they deserve it. But every other movie does not deserve that. I don't want to see 24 hours of Christmas Vacation.
With my brothers, they fucking hate the movie now because it was overplayed, and they're like, I'm tired of watching that movie.
I don't want to watch 24 hours of
Blu-ray, watch it once a year, and then like leave it for next year. That is also an option.
I like watching. I'm so grandfathered into that. So like every year I have to watch it at least 10 times, like around for 24 hours. Like, it's on TV at least for 24 hours in our house. I know a couple people.
Oh my god, this fucking idiot here is trying to get him a fucking exotic massage, a happy ending. Where really that's not how their policy works, dude.
A rug and tug, guys.
He probably watched a lot of Skinamax and took notes from this.
Get a rug. Remember that? Have you seen Hall Pass? Have you seen Hall Pass?
Yeah, I've seen Hall Pass.
Jason Sudeikis goes in there and goes, I want a rub and tug. And then he goes,
he tries to go incognito and asking for a happy ending.
That's the street. And it's right behind the wall. And he opens the curtains and goes, she wants a rub and tug. And then he goes, no, I meant like the rub, tug my neck. He says, never. I was like, I laughed so hard at that because the people like this, everybody's looking at him like,
oh my god, this guy is fucking.
This guy is so racist right now.
He's saying a lot of racist shit.
I guarantee
I'm surprised he hasn't made a math joke yet.
If he would have just played his cards right, she probably would. It would probably have been her. But the fact is, he's such an asshole.
He had to be such a fucking creep. Like, I don't know how he's a ladies' man. He's talking to a lot of girls. His girlfriend's on the phone. I'm like, how?
Maybe he fakes it. I like to think he fakes it.
He could have faked it. Yeah, he probably did fake it.
Like, because how would he know? How would he know that all these people are getting off the bus when he's on the phone?
That was too funny.
What happened to the younger version of you?
He's
like, hey, do you come with subtitles? I was like, what the fuck?
You see what he said? Do you come with subtitles?
And then subtitles appear.
I was like, that's breaking the fourth wall.
It's so ironic. And there's their subtitle that all the audience can see.
That was a breaking the fourth wall moment.
Like, that was totally like meta. That was so like.
You get it?
But piggyback on what Jay asked in the comments, like, what's your favorite movie? If he's asking for Final Destination movie, the first one. But if he's asking like movies in general, I'm gonna say T2 is my favorite movie of all time.
I'm gonna say the Brendan Fraser Mummy film. I love that.
That's not a bad choice. I love that movie too.
I can quote the entire film by myself.
Oh, it's so good. I love that film.
Probably and I used to say it's between that and Fright Night from 1984 or 85. It's between.
I did watch that a year ago. I did watch that during the Halloween season, about like not so long ago.
Me and Darnell.
I watched both the original and the remake.
The original is, I love the original. I love the remake as well, but I think the original is so much better because.
Oh yeah.
But as for me and Darnell, we sometimes will like get annoyed people. We'll quote, like, I'll quote the movie in the comments under his video. Then we'll just sit there for 20 minutes quoting each other's lines from the movie. A Fright.
I mean, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser was basically more like the Indiana Jones adventure style.
Oh, I love it. It's so fun. It's a good movie. It's just such a good movie. People always say,
because this was actually a remake from the original, but it was nothing like the original.
What about you? What's your favorite movie, Ryan?
The original Jurassic Park.
Great choice.
I would say probably if I had to pick a number 3 movie, it would probably be Jaws.
I do own the 4K Blu-ray for Jaws. Love that movie.
I don't own the 4K.
I saw that in IMAX when they re-released it like a few years ago. It was like around the time when Spielberg was put on his his newer film, his recent film called The Fabelmans.
Oh yeah.
I see. I love this scene. But like he keeps calling.
Because he like put out like E.T., then he put out the Jaws in theaters for IMAX release.
Should we have code names?
The boss is such an imbecile moron.
I love. You know, I think this is like an The Office, because you know what they work at? A paper company. It says they work on. That's where they work. The only thing is, why is there a factory underneath them if they work at a paper company? You know, like
That's
they're
a recipe for disaster.
Like they're working at a construction, like literally the construction. I'm like, what kind of?
But also the workstation. The workstation barely has any flat screens of the computer monitors.
She just dropped the bionic elbow on this man. I love it.
I find it very funny. She's pretending that she doesn't know English until she actually let it slip.
You know, low key acupuncture is really great for you. I've done it before. It's awesome.
I will never do it.
I never do it. Don't have it in me.
I know
I don't mind
it's
getting a needle like
intimidating.
shot or something, but I'm not gonna sit there and let 1,000 needles go. And I always imagine, what if I fall on the ground?
Yeah,
I would
she does
say-
speak English.
I would ask the lady, "Can I lay on the ground and you put me some acupuncture needles, because I don't want to sit on. I could fall over."
No, I was so relaxed I fell asleep. Like that's how good it felt.
Then you fell over and you're like, ah.
Well, that didn't happen. We have such sights to show you.
Hellraiser. Go ahead.
I
We
still
all
gotta
were
watch.
thinking-
I still gotta watch Hellraiser. I still have not seen it.
It's so
But if you
good.
are lying, we'll tear your soul apart.
Well, Scary Mania 6 is all 80s this year. Watch party my channel. Let's book it.
I love Hellraiser. Hellraiser 1 and 2 we have to do, at least part 1 and 2, because they're kind of a duology movie. Like part 1 and 2 are basically the same. They're from Clive Barker.
And to think I hesitated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Doctor.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah. Making me want to go watch Hellraiser now. I'm just like, oh. That's the one reason though I will not buy Nika toys though, because I literally bought a Pinhead because I love Hellraiser. I bought a Pinhead Nika figure. You know the Nika figures. Bought one.
No,
You know the Nika is the one that has the box. You open the box up in the toys.
I've never seen those figures, so I'm not aware of those.
I think. Nika. You've probably seen them there, like. Like these type of figures, right?
No, dude, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Oh yeah,
that
those types of box. I think they sell them at those types of figures at Target.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went and bought.
gonna say.
I bought a Hellraiser one online.
Now I remember.
I bought a Hellraiser one online, and the thing come in
No,
was
dude,
melted.
you're good. You're totally good.
But also, they never showed the price tag when they put it up in the shelves at Target. They never show the price.
Yeah, it's like $35 to $40 usually. Like I wanted to get a Halloween 2018 Michael Myers figure, but I'm like, I hate Nika because I was like, I've been burnt out a couple. I will say my Evil Dead 2 Ash figure is awesome from Nika.
That must be painful. This is why I'll
No, dude,
never
you-
take that fucking experience. Never. They always have a reason for me to never have these experiences ever.
Like,
Why do you care about the phone? Just walk out the fucking door. Walk out the door, dude. You're so fucking
priorities
attached to your goddamn.
well in order.
I literally thought he was gonna get burned alive.
Nah.
Oh God, here it comes. Oh, guess Buddha
He's
just dropped on
smiling.
you.
What you get for being a racist asshole. Ryan, look in the private chat.
You spelled it wrong.
No, but I'm saying that's why I almost said
I,
that.
I know.
I caught it. I caught it though. I was like, I was like, Joshua Martin saying he is doing fine. Oh wow.
That's great. Oh, there's Tony Todd.
He's
Like,
back
who are
again.
you? You'll find out in part 6.
Spoiler alert.
I feel like each movie he's someone like the writers of each movie find out he's someone different. Like the writers of one is like, oh, he's like an epitome of death. He's like the anti-death. In part 2, he's just a guy who can see crazy shit. And then in part 5, he's basically the coroner that's just creepy. And then in part 6, he's someone else.
Nah, he's Bloodworth, you see.
He's just a coroner, knows a bunch of shit.
Death comes from them all.
Is you.
Make the rules.
You know how would you do? All you gotta do is just kill somebody and take their life.
Depending how many years they have left.
You know you
I
should kill?
just recently watched. Who?
I was gonna make a joke, but I forgot now. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say I just recently watched Smile 2 for the first time, and I'm not gonna lie, Parker Finn must have taken notes, considering that the same rule of how to break the Smilinity curse applies to this franchise and Smile 2.
They did that in the first one. They actually did the same
Yeah.
thing. Where if you just kill someone and then it will be passed on to the next person who witnessed it.
I hate when they try to do it like, oh, if you kill then when they try to establish, oh, if you kill a toddler, then you get their life. And I'm like, no, if you kill a toddler, like, I mean, what if the toddler drowns like in a bathtub that's supposed to drown the next day?
We don't even know, but also we don't know how many years they have left on their list when their times are up. And also the girlfriend did not die on that bridge in the vision. She survived.
You know whose life I would take?
Who?
I would take Kanye's life and make it more like, and then live it for the rest of my life with his. Like, he ain't doing nothing good with it, so I'm gonna take his life and live the rest. No, I was actually gonna make a funnier joke, but I was like, yeah, Kanye. It was funnier in my head when I was thinking.
Maybe you should really work on that.
Just find a really horrible person and take their life, and then that way you get their life.
Gonna write his name in the death note, huh?
Just like, how do you spell Kanye?
Or just kill yourself and bring yourself back to life, and that would defeat the purpose.
Or you get
Because that's what Kimberly did. Kimberly died and killed herself and got brought back to life.
What about time travel? You get a time machine.
Well, there's no time travel in Final Destination.
Not yet.
And now to make you afraid of lasers for the rest of your life.
Even Tony Todd's character Bloodworth and Bloodlines confirmed that Kimberly is still alive. She was able to get a long life.
No, but I mean, like I said, yeah. I was joking, of course, but people. I don't want people to think I'm serious about Kanye.
We know you're joking. We know.
I know.
We know.
Watching this later on, will think, not. No, I'm joking, of course. Yeah, just like, but no, I mean, but what you do is you just find really piece of shit people. And that's what you do. Or you do. I'm sure that there's something. Somebody pointed something out. What if you take a person that is going to live a long life?
We don't know. Well, you don't know that. You don't know how many years they have in their life.
Like, for instance, who is the next person on death's list? You take them, you lock them in an insane asylum. Remember, that's how it happened.
That's one of your only bet if you want to outsmart death.
Or you take them to your cabin, and do like that movie, The Substance, and just keep them like drugged up for the whole time.
This low key is just terrifying to me. Like, this is some Clockwork
Orange. The eye doctor sequence, the laser surgery.
I don't with eyeballs.
Like, even before the laser, just like having that like in your eye like that.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, it's so fucking difficult to watch this.
That poor teddy bear.
Poor Pooh.
No, it's not like I'm going anywhere.
I would fucking run.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, fuck this.
The electricity is somehow located next to the water cooler.
Convenient.
It's a very dumb design. No. I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Remember the little red button? Push the little red button.
There you go. That's a Men in Black reference.
Someone in the I think it was like the Real Rejects made that reference when they were doing that reaction to Final Destination 5. Oh God.
Oh.
Makes me never want to get laser eye surgery. Fuck that shit.
No.
That's what this franchise do. They always ruin everything.
Her hand.
Oh, I got fucking lasered in the hand. It's like, yeah, she's fine until not. I find it very funny she was tripped over that one little eyepiece from the fucking teddy bear and falls off the window.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Oh.
She fucking stepped on a fucking eyepiece and tripped and fell off the window. Oh God, the eye thing. Oh.
It even dilated too before it. Like,
you could actually hear it and fucking feel it. Stay with me. Oh yeah, you still think he staged the whole thing? Really? Duh.
That's what we've got.
Yeah, Death is just clearly cleaning up the mess. Every time someone tries to mess with Death's design.
Now they find out the order.
They died in the order.
Now this one I do not remember.
Oh, you don't remember this scene?
Oh wait, okay, yeah. It's coming back
Yeah.
to me now.
His employer
thought-
just puts a punch card and just say "fuck you" to him.
I thought it was like in a subway tunnel for some reason. Hold on there, Diet Michael B. Jordan. Don't do it. Well, then I missed the part where that was my problem.
I missed the part where that's my problem. Oops. He just pushed him. Yeah, he's bleeding. He looks pretty fucking dead, Dale.
Oh
He looks pretty
no,
fucking dead, Dale.
I don't think Roy's gonna make it. No.
No, he just need to put some Band-Aid on, rub some dirt on. He'll be fine. Oh my god, he can't even keep track of his employees' death. He doesn't even know half their fucking names. It's either kill or be killed. Okay, Tom Cruise. To quote Les Grossman from Chocolate Thunder, it's a cold, hard world. Shit happens.
That hook definitely know what you did last summer.
Or Tony Todd was the Candyman and he came out to haunt you.
Oh, that's a good point
Victim.
too.
Be my victim.
Yeah, you totally did.
Didn't you or didn't you? He's trying to do the Tom Cruise thing. Didn't you or didn't you?
It's not a thing. It's either you did or you didn't.
He should have just say, I could fly. I could fly. Oh.
Ooh. Him.
No shit.
Wow.
At least he didn't get the tar fucking spilled all over him.
Honestly, his death was not as bad, I think.
Don't you put your name shitting like death.
I mean,
yeah, you're in the
seriously.
bathroom, you're shitting like death.
Like, oh.
Oh! Like Harry from fucking Dumb and Dumber, shitting like death.
Only a
Oh!
lot funnier. Only a lot funnier.
Which we got to get Ryan to watch though. Do the watch party for Dumb and Dumber.
I don't
1.
wanna make
I know
Ryan-
I know you hate that movie, but I don't fucking care. He needs to see this movie.
I'd be in the middle while you guys just like verbally just like shit
last
on each
night.
other.
Just
Right now.
roasting each other.
I swear to God, I didn't have another Breakfast Club meme last night. All right, yes, that's why I just went with the middle finger. I was like, I didn't have another breakfast.
He shit everywhere.
If I would have had another meme, I would have had like last night. Ryan, me, and Matt were going back and forth, and Matt was just sending Breakfast Club memes, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, I won't have another.
Well, that was in not another teen movie skit.
And I was just like going with. I was like, do I have any Breakfast Club memes to throw back at you, or not another team? Nope. Okay, all right, let's see what. Let's see
This
what.
restaurant definitely
Anxiety
seems
filled
like
with
it
that
has
doctor was
a
just
good
incompetent.
basket
I
of
wanted to keep
everything.
my glasses than going through eye surgery.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you don't get eye surgery in Canada, bro.
In the kitchen full of death traps.
This season of The Bear is very weird.
I think honestly we could probably have gotten the guy who played the Tom Cruise lookalike to interview him. We could probably.
We could. He's not doing much. We could get him.
Well, I mean, don't insult the guy, man. Before, like, I mean, that's something you should probably say off camera, not when we're shooting. The hell, he's not doing that now.
Okay, this
Yeah.
definitely is.
We
the
would have
restaurant.
had him. We would have had him, but Matt fucked that for us. It's like, fuck you guys. It's like I was
Okay,
just in this.
this definitely is the restaurant from Gordon Ramsay's Boiling Point. Like same outfits and everything.
Why wouldn't you unplug it before you used your hand in that?
Yeah, never stick your hand in there.
So this guy offers him a position, okay? And he doesn't accept it. There's no way. I mean, he probably would have said, "Oh, I already gave that position away." That guy's already on his point.
In case he changed his mind.
Like that was a week ago. He offered you a position. I'm tearing out most promotions. If you don't accept it within 24 hours, that thing's gone.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna wait a week because he's like, I gotta have somebody down there.
Because the movie said so.
I would want to go to France. I've never had an urge to go to like any like France or the UK or like.
To quote from Dumb and Dumber, I don't know, Lloyd, the French are assholes.
Oh, I mean, honestly, I said, yeah.
Like, come on, you would be now. You're intrigued to watch Dumb and Dumber. Those quotes are so fucking hilarious and memorable. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Matt, you can watch Dumb and Dumber all day long, and you still.
I would, and I will still not get tired of it.
You know what? Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll watch Dumb and Dumber, but we gotta watch all three of them: Dumb and Dumber 1, all Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah. I could tolerate watching the prequel. The second one's like, ugh.
I mean, I think there's only out of 3 movies, only one I liked.
Bob Saget saved that movie from that prequel for being a trash.
The movie would not get made today. There's one reason why. Why.
No.
But what they do in that movie, you're like, oh.
Yeah, what they do in that movie, that was a lot of offensive for people with disabilities.
So what was your plan? Just go and walk around their apartments? Oh, they're not there, so I'm going to go check his job. I'm going to go check the job, then I'm going to go check his job, and then I'm going to...
Just downing that champagne, downing that fucking wine.
So he works as a chef and works at an office paper company, so he has 2 jobs.
Well, his office job is mostly like an intern job. Like a temp job or something.
No, it's the kitchen job that's the temp.
No, for the off. You're right. You're right. The one with the kitchen, that's definitely temp job.
I'm guessing this is San Francisco, right? That's what their place to try to say this is. Even though
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's New York. It's New York. It's New York.
Yeah, it has to be New York. Did you notice that the fucking same beer logo company that was brought back from the second one on the highway, and they brought it over to many more movies later? Dude, it would have been a crazy plot twist if he actually did kill that innocent woman to get her life and confesses.
It was Tom Cruise. He did it. The guy, Tom Cruise, is like...
He makes it run. He needs the run.
He's like...
He pushes her and then he does the Tom Cruise run and dips out. Dun, 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 dun. That would have been a crazy twist if he did.
He does not learn.
It's kind of a crazy change of pace when there's actually an antagonist in the movie.
I like the idea that, like, that's it. Someone brought this up. Like, I remember, what was the YouTube that I watched sometimes? I think 3C Films, whatever. He said that, imagine if there was a serial killer who survived Death's plan, and this guy was just going around taking lives, thinking that, because he survived, more people are going to die. Imagine that in a movie. That would be
sick. They could do it. There's still a chance.
I mean, I think this is the closest. Because
so you're telling me there's a chance?
I think this is the closest because they said they kind of don't want they kind of want to keep it like Death.
Death is he sort of is the antagonist, but not really.
They said the producers kind of said like they said we don't want like a snake bite to kill you or something. We don't want a human to kill you. We kind of want to keep it like Death is going to kill you, because that's why I said you don't see like a snake bite them and then kill them.
And I'm going to say a little bit of a spoiler for anyone out there who has not seen the Bloodlines, because it's already been out for a while and it's going to be on a digital anyway. But I liked how they were able to make it clear of why Death is going after a certain group of people over the years. Because ever since with Iris surviving Death and everyone around her, everybody has spouses, children, and basically he's killing the descendants of the survivors.
Yeah.
And it made more sense for this franchise and why he's going after a certain group of people, because none of them were supposed to exist. They were never meant to be born.
For Xenu! I'm sorry. But Xenu is telling me I gotta shoot you. Scientology all the way, man.
I can fly.
Let's just take a ride down to Clearwater and I'll show you.
This just in: Tom Cruise is dead.
Isn't that where that's that whole town, right, Ryan? That's the whole town's full of Scientology, right?
That's one of their headquarters, yes.
I was
the way you know that.
I was
I know I'm giving you shit.
Okay. Yeah.
I know I'm just fucking with you.
I saw a whole documentary where the Scientology, they bought like a whole town out, just so that way they can they try to shut all the local businesses down. In Florida, there's like a place in Florida where the whole entire town is like Scientology businesses. Yeah. Just so that way, I'm like, that sounds like a cult. They bought a whole town just so that way they could build their compound. I'm like, that sounds really cultish.
The wrestler Chris Jericho told a story on his podcast a couple weeks ago where his wife took one pamphlet from a Scientologist and they still keep sending them mail. Like to this day.
We'll get them one day. So my
oh my god, that was a bold move.
So I
murders the detective, or a federal. I know it was a federal agent.
Yeah, federal agent.
Yeah.
So my dad, his family lives in California. Okay, his mother and his cousin, nephew, and stuff, and so. We went there. I've never been to California for the first time. In 2023 was the first time I went there. And I remember going there and they were handing out on Hollywood Boulevard the Scientology pamphlets. And my dad goes, I'm not interested, and just walks by. And then they hand one to me and my sister. And then he snatches them out of our hands and he rips them up and says, they're not interested either. And damn.
I still have never been to California, not once. I've always been in the East Coast. Mostly in Florida. I've been to Florida many times when I go on vacation.
Florida is nice. Pensacola, Florida is my favorite.
There are times where I go to like either Daytona. Mostly the time it's Daytona when I go on vacation.
I do want to go to Orlando just so that way I could try out the Universal Monster.
Oh yeah, I've been to Orlando many times too. When I went to go to Universal and Disney.
Matt, if you're ever down this way, we need to meet up.
It all depends, because usually my parents, like every now and then we'll go to Florida, but I haven't been to Florida since COVID. It was last time I went to Florida was during COVID.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm saying.
No, I know. I hear you. If I ever do go to Florida again, yeah, I will definitely reach out to you for sure.
I'll show you the luxury movie theater we have around there. and with the
Because
reclining.
usually when we go to Florida, we usually just go to Daytona.
Yeah, because you got that NASCAR.
No, it was because of the boardwalk, the beach walk, the beach side
Yep.
of the hotel that we go to.
Is it, no, that's Talladega, Florida, right? That's Talladega.
No, Talladega is in
Talladega.
Alabama.
No,
It's in
Talladega.
Alabama.
Yeah, you're right. Tallahassee, I'm thinking of, but no, Daytona.
That's the
Yeah.
state capital.
We did drove by there many times when we go to Daytona, when we go on the way to the hotel near the beach. I even spotted some of the locals that were carrying out the fucking shark in the beach at nighttime. I have pictures of it too.
Yeah, well, I heard that Orlando is a really like. Only thing I would not want to live in Orlando is because it's very like the hurricane, like Orlando downward. I would not want to live Miami, Orlando,
No,
Tampa, because it's like hurricane alley. Pensacola, I think, is my favorite though. Because Pensacola is like it's way up there and it's not way down there.
then I also went to South Carolina on that, and and they had that similar location to what Daytona has in Florida.
Here it is.
Yeah, this was the biggest major plot twist I've seen in any movie ever to
They
pull
even
that
said that this is
switcheroo.
This is not. This is just archival footage. They said.
Oh yeah, of course it is. It's a stock footage. This is actually a prequel to the original Final Destination.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah,
say, how they marry it is actually quite good.
Well, what they said was the producer said was they just had a bunch of body doubles just for like the reference from the actor's point of view, and then for the original from the new cast, they're just saying like body doubles pulled off the plane, and then from the archival footage of like
they just use the archive footage.
Yeah, and you see just an actor's looking at a green screen. The actor's looking at a green screen, and then the camera's picking up like a shoulder from a body double.
A little bit of a plot hole here because this is supposed to be taking place in 2000, and we saw the monitors in the workstation and it has flat screens, which I don't think flat screens wasn't even invented at the time.
Plasma screens, bro.
No, I mean flat screens with a computer monitor. Because they never had flat screens back then yet. It wasn't even invented.
Oh, some bad turbulence coming up.
And I think the Sixth Sense reference was pretty much made sense because they came out, I believe, 2000 or 99.
And she's reading the magazine about the eye, like the magazine that says the eye, picture of an eye. The beauty's in the eye.
This is easily the best part of the movie.
He never said that. He never once said he had a vision.
Yeah, I know. He never said that. That's another plot hole.
It's gonna blow up. He never said that. He said
the fucking plane's gonna explode, and he freaked out, and he fucking got thrown off the plane.
Yes, he never once said I had a vision. He never once.
He never once said that once.
He never said that. I heard that dialogue 1,000 times. He said,
"Yeah, same here."
Blow up.
No, he never said I had a vision. He said the fucking plane's gonna explode. It's not a joke, and he gets himself thrown off the plane.
We even just heard him too. Said that.
Yeah. I did like seeing the different angle from their point of view. I thought that was genius. They actually did a comparison on YouTube from the original footage to that. That was brilliant timing.
I love when she got cut in half though, when she just gets cut.
Oh god, we see him get burned alive in the debris. Oh. That was like the upgraded version when we saw Alex get burned alive when the plane got blown up in this vision.
How it explodes, and then you see like, okay, this is over. We're gonna follow this now. We're gonna follow where the tire went.
It's like this ain't a vision.
Maybe it's for the best.
Oh,
they're playing Dust in the Wind. No wonder why he's so pissed off, because he knows he's gonna die at any moment. It almost felt like karma.
You see though,
That,
like if you
that
pause
even
it,
felt like karma.
if you see when it kills him, you just see like a video game character's like head on the ground, like he's going.
Yeah. No, it was a hand thrown out in the face. That was like a video game style.
Yeah, but like his death, the guy just like you freeze frame it, you just see like it looks like it killed a video game character.
I did feel like that at the time when they made this movie, they thought that this was going to be the last one, where they try to tie it all together of this whole franchise.
Who would have known horror would have resurgence around 2021 or 2022? That's when horror really became back in a big bad way.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, they didn't know. Nobody knew. Everybody thought.
I think it was like 2018. I think it was like 2017
No,
when it was the movie It. It was really what really brought back the genre of horror movies.
And then Halloween. Yeah.
Because this was like 2017.
But I know like Child's Play and stuff like that didn't do well as it did in theaters, like the 2019 Child's Play. But then nowadays, I think if you would have put that movie out now, I think it would do really well.
Maybe.
Look, I think I Know What You Did Last Summer will probably make some money when it comes out.
It all depends. I mean, the trailer was fine, but it almost felt like they were trying to take notes from Scream 5.
No, it didn't feel more like Thanksgiving 2. That's what I felt like.
It felt more Scream 5 if you really put the pieces together. They're basically kind of redoing what happened in the original, except that now you're bringing in the legacies coming in. Like the Freddie Prinze Jr. is literally the Dewey figure, and Jennifer Love Hewitt is the Sidney Prescott character. That she's probably not going to show up until the third act.
Well, you know that I kind of know something about it, like
because they misled us in Scream 5. We all thought that Sidney was going to be the main character in the fifth movie, but she doesn't show up until the third act of the movie.
So, what did you guys think of the movie?
It's just okay.
I would say it's better than 4, but not as great as 2 or 1, 2, or 3.
Exactly.
I say it's a mid movie, but it's more tolerable to watch from the fourth movie because it got that bad taste out of our mouths. You liked some characters, but not very much. They were more tolerable. But without that plot twist, I don't think it would have been as good as it was if it weren't for the plot twist.
That's the only reason why people like the movie is the plot twist at the end.
Because the plot twist is what really brought it home and got people on edge. Because without that plot twist, it would have been a lot worse. It would be like, yeah, it's generic.
So, ratings, what would you go, Matt?
I give it a 6.
Ryan?
I'm going to give it a 7.
I want to say 6 as well. Because that's the only reason is I just feel like it wasn't as real, but I think the twist was good, and I thought the humor was pretty good. And I thought, but I just felt like the camera, I did not like how gray the camera looked. It just looked all like it rained the whole movie. That's what I don't like that.
It's too clean. It's way too clean because it's shot digitally, and the lenses just felt too clean.
And all the deaths felt CGI, like too
the body count just felt too CG.
Feels like I'm watching NPCs in video games, like, especially when he gets cut in half.
And also at the time when they put CG with the deaths, it was made to put in for the 3D experience when they shot it in 3D. Yeah.
Like at least 1 through 3, they try to go as practical as possible. But
because they weren't doing 3D at the time. 6. Like when they did the fourth one, they were going for the trend of 3D experience.
Yeah. So what do you guys have coming up on your channels? Starting with you, Maddie.
Well, I just put up my trailer reaction to the final trailer of Superman, and right now I'm at 1.3 thousand views on my.
Who cares?
I'm surprised you didn't see that one coming.
All right, Matt. What do you seriously?
No, I knew it was coming. I'm just talking right before he says it. And yeah, I got the Black Phone 2 trailer reaction. I got Ballerina review, and what else? I keep forgetting what else. Predator Killer of Killers. You could definitely check that on my channel. I just crossed 400 subscribers, and my goal is to reach 500. So I'm really close, and I really appreciate for anyone you out there who's following me. Thank you for the support, and also thanks to Jake for giving me the new intro.
You're doing that, so I won't push that fucking button again. I know you're doing that.
No, I just, yeah, I knew you're going to fucking push it at some point.
Like flattery will only get you so far, Matt. All right. What do you got coming up, Brian?
So, next installment in the
Who cares?
I so walked
You,
into
you
that.
should have just put the video clip of Quicksilver
well-
saying, "You didn't see that coming."
Right. All right. What do you got coming up, Ryan? So what's your next installment?
Next installment in the Kaczynski Project is coming up. I'll be talking about Tom Cruise's Oblivion, which is a movie that exists.
Yep.
And I'll be reviewing I'll be reviewing the How to Train Your Dragon movies very soon as well. The latest episode of the 60s Project dropped. Myself and Russell Howell talked about a very boring submarine movie called The Gallant Hours. So if you'd like to check that one out, please do.
Well, I got coming up on my channel. I just did the review. No, I just did the thing for 28 days later.
Who cares?
Equal
See, I can do-
opportunity.
But no, I just did a 28 days later review. Next week I'll drop 28 weeks later, and then the following week will be 28 years later. And and of course we have Gotham. Talking Gotham will be this Tuesday. By the time, this already is, but by Tuesday we will be doing at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be watching Talking Gotham for the episode 1 pilot on Ryan Cam's channel. And then, of course, next Friday we'll be doing Batman Terry Will Return, where we will be covering The Dark Knight, the worst entry in the entire Batman series. So we'll cover that. And then we're working on bringing Talking Solids back. We're discussing, because we just got to work out schedules. But yeah, that's still on the horizon. And we're still working on we're still doing a couple of other Road 2s that are coming soon. We're just waiting on some stuff to happen, but that's still on the horizon. We're still doing Road to James Gunn's Superman. That's still done. We did something, but we're finishing up something on the last Returns one. So once that's done, then we'll drop it 100%. That's all gonna be on Ryan Cam's channel. Check it out. Thank you both for being on. If you can't get these guys, like and subscribe. Check out their OnlyFans. Their link in the description below.
It's $5 a month on OnlyFans. Check that out.
All right, but before we go, we got to say one thing, okay? One person that you should always be checking out. No, but seriously, we want to say last night before, if you're thinking about voting for an election, vote for this man right here.
Sharpton for president, y'all. I'm outie.
Jesse Jackson for VP.